Hello. Hello, Kelly. Thank you for coming. I had a little trouble setting up my setting up things for the live, getting ready. Yeah, I have a giveaway today. So I'm giving away some New Hampshire made candy. And I'm hoping to give it to some people that might try it for the first time. We'll see. This is called It's it says on here pure New England maple candy. It's kind of a maple sugar candy, and I kind of wanted to know if any of you have ever tried it. It's made with maple sugar. It's kind of unique. I mean, it tastes like maple obviously, but it has a consistency that's really unique. So I was just trying to think of something. We tried the moon cakes and stuff like that, and I was trying to think of something New Hampshire-ish that we could try and maybe do something. Meredith, hello Meredith, good to see you today. Thank you for coming. And thank you, Kim. I see Kim, Kelly, Meredith, and thank you. Yeah, this is my apple tree. I got this last year, I think, and I just really love it. I haven't used it a lot this year, but it is apple season. So I just put it up for today for this live because, in New Hampshire right now, it's all about apples. We are definitely doing apples right now. And obviously in VIP Kid, we love apples. So that's what I like about it. So I'm hoping that I will see a lot of people on the I'm going to wait a little bit and see if we can get a few more people before we play I have some questions, like some trivia questions that I would like to ask, and then we will kind of play our game the during this live. So today, let's share a little bit about bookings. Now, I am a part-timer, so went back when we did the color paint bucket challenge. We all had to pick a color for our goals for VIP Kid, and they had according to the color, it was about how many you were going to try to how many classes you were going to try to do for each week and what the goal was and all that stuff. And so there was pink and there was orange and yellow and everything. And, when you looked at the goals, if you're a part-timer, since it did start, like in the summer, I did full-time, but when it starts September, I teach school. So during school time, it's very part-time. Thank you, Evelyn. Hello, Evelyn. And so I I did choose, I think, like pink or something with the fewest, but I knew once school started, I wasn't going to be able to get any PPT slots except for Saturday. And so I was kind of like, I'll join, but I'm not going to be able to really reach my goal. And so then they came up with the team black. So that was awesome because that was the part-timers and part-time team black. Here's my dino. Everything fell down because I was doing stuff with my students. So I haven't fixed it all back up yet. But I have my Mike and Meg over here, flowers, my dino. And so anyway, I joined the black, and we did like a little on the official page. We did a challenge for flooding the page with pictures, and one of my pictures won, and I'm supposed to be getting a VIP Kid backpack in the mail at some point. So that's really cool. But my bookings are, I try to do 2 per day before school. I leave the house at about 7:15 or 7:30 in the oh, thank you, Kim. She says, I love that you change your background often. So pretty. Yeah, I have underneath here, I have my truck and my pumpkins. and then I put this right on top. This is a tapestry I got on Amazon, and I am planning on getting some more of the tapestries. I got those at Lowe's. I just love it. It just really looks good in the classroom, and it's easy, and it just works for me. And it doesn't have the glare that some of the, like, if you have the laminated props, there's glare on them. So the tapestries are nice because they don't have the glare. So anyway, back to my bookings. So I do 2 bookings a day, and I sometimes I'll open up 3 or even 4, and then if I get 2, I close the other 2 out. So I've never gotten 4 by accident yet, but I will either do from 5, any classes between 5 and 7 a.m. When we have the time change and we go back to the daylight savings time, it will be better for me because my 5 a.m.s and 5:30 a.m. Eastern do not book very well. I don't know why. I know other people get those times booked, but I don't. But if I could open up, I have people priority requesting for the hour later. So when the hour goes back, I'll actually be better off. And I can't do the time slots that are going to be going away for the Chinese new law that they have. So I will be fine for my regular bookings. Now, when it gets to summertime, I will have to probably start an hour earlier in order to make up the time that I'm losing. So anyway, so I try to do 2 a day. And this past week, there was, I think Monday, I didn't get any bookings. And there were a few days that I only got 1 booking. But I also have bookings, like today I had 6. Tonight I have 5. And I'm pretty sure 1 canceled. I have to check on that one. I think 1 canceled with pay, which was later in the night that I chose. So I was thinking on Saturday night I would maybe open up 1 or 2 more, but I also do 4 in the morning, and then I do church on Sunday. So I can't really overextend myself for Sundays. And I get really tired on the weekends. So, hello, Morgan. It's good to see you. So I have 8. It says I have 8 watchers right now. And I hope that you're coming to, answer some of my questions for the game for the awesome giveaway I have. I have 3 candies I want to give away to some lucky winners. Kelly says I have to leave to go tutor. Oh, okay. Kelly, you can watch the live. We're going to have some good information on here as well. Maybe you can watch just for the fun of watching the game later at some point. So my bookings, okay, so my bookings for today were 6. I had 2 early ones that canceled, and I tried to open them up and close them, and they never did book, but it was a good thing because I woke up with a major headache this morning. And so I don't usually get headaches like that, but last night my daughter, well, all day yesterday we were watching volleyball games all day. We're in a group of Christian schools in our area that play sports. And I was in one school for 3 years, and we did not win any of the tournament games or anything. I switched schools, and I switched schools to teach, and then my kids had to switch with me. So they weren't really too happy. We had to completely switch schools, completely switch everything. It was only a couple more minutes drive, but a whole new set of people and a whole new set of situations. But it worked for me for teaching, and everybody had to come with me. So this is our 4th year. We hadn't won any of the tournaments at all. So this is my 7th year being in school, and we finally won. We won the championship, and they did amazing. The girls did really, really well. And I was really proud of all of them, and just not just for the game, but I homeschooled for many years. I never was into team sports because attitudes and just competition and just the negative part of it. But now that I've been back into it, I see so much positive that the kids gain from having their you know, teamwork and working together, overcoming sometimes, you don't feel well, but you still do it for the sake of the team. Just so many good lessons that we've learned from it. And my daughter has a really good group of girls. Now, we also have a soccer team, but this year our soccer team is not that great. We have a lot of younger players. So the boys are actually out probably getting probably getting beat right now. My husband took them out. They have also a tournament for the boys, but our boys soccer team hasn't done as well. But I do have 3 boys that play on the soccer team, and being in a small Christian school is kind of cool because you everybody in the school that wants to play pretty much gets to play. So I have 3 boys. One is 8th grade, one is 7th grade, one is 6th grade. So they're still pretty young for being on the soccer team. So maybe in a couple of years they'll be the soccer champions. We'll see. But how is your husband's eye, Kim? Thank you so much for asking. His eye is doing okay. He's been off of work because he drives a truck, and the last day that he had a problem, it's like he was fine in the morning and all of a sudden his eye hurt really bad. And they say it's like a dry eye where you blink and then your eyelid can kind of rip the skin off the top of your eye, which sounds really bad. But so I think it's healing. He had a procedure done. He has to see the specialist again on Monday, and they're going to see if they need to do more to it. But for right now, he's feeling okay. But he also came down with a really bad cold. So it's been a rough week. I was thinking, if he's home and his eye is feeling okay, he could do some projects and stuff. And then he came down with a really bad cold. But he did take the boys to the soccer game, which is about a 30-minute drive. He has been driving, but he has been home because he doesn't want to risk driving a truck and then have that happen to his eye again. So yeah, Kim, thank you. Glad it's starting to heal. Hope he feels better and he is back to full health soon. Thank you so much. The problem is it's recurred like 3 times. So, they need to see if they can make it do whatever they need to do so that it won't reoccur again, because it happened like at night. He was sleeping, and then in the morning it happened before he went to work. But when it happened like while he was driving the truck, that was not good. So yeah. So also I wanted to talk about today apples. Okay, some of you know that this past week I got a 3 apple review. Now, I am not a 5 apple perfection teacher, unfortunately. On my statistics, I figured I would read my statistics so you know a little bit more about me. Insights. I have been on VIPKID in the company for 535 days. Okay. I did get a raise when I signed my 3rd contract, so that was pretty awesome. In order to get a raise, you need to teach. The first one was 1,200 classes. You needed to have like a certain number of parent feedback, and you needed to have some other things I can't even remember now. But for me, it was mostly have the right number of classes, and I had to, since I'm part-time, I had to really push it at certain points. And then I also went away right before my contract was to be signed. So it worked out. I did get the raise, and I have taught 460 students, which that's a lot of students. I don't know if that's good, because I know some people teach a lot of classes and they have a lot of repeat students. Most of my students I only have once a week. Some I might have twice a week, but I don't have any like 3 or 4 or 5 times a week. I would really like that. I would really like to have a student that I have more often, but that hasn't happened to me. I have 1,865 main course classes. I do have the 2,000 class badge because a while back I reached over 2,000 and they actually took all the main courses out of the class number. I still don't really quite understand that one. I did get a note from VIPKID. I think I had sent in a ticket about it, and it said that in the letter, it said that this was supposed to be the way it is, that they only put main course numbers in there, but they do keep track somewhere of all your classes, and all your classes added together will determine whether you get the raise or not. But on this thing, it's only your main course classes, which makes, between you and me and YouTube, it doesn't really make any sense to me, because I think you should get credit for all of your classes. Because, like, why would anybody want to do the supplementaries if it doesn't count on your class number? And it's the same thing, like you taught a class. I don't really understand that. But anyway, and it says here I have 46,625 minutes taught. And of course, it is a little bit more than that because sometimes I go over. Usually I go over, at least by a little bit. And so let's see. The other day, I got a 3-apple review from a parent. This parent said that I did not use props, and it said that there was a reward system issue. So I wrote to, it was kind of cool. I've never gotten a 3-apple before. I do have 4 apples, and 2 of those were from one parent. And I watched all of those videos and thought they were perfectly fine, honestly. I did not ask for a review for the 4 apples. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to, or they don't give you opportunity. I guess you could send in a ticket, but I didn't. It really bothered me when I got the first 4-apple, because I thought, I did everything right. I've done the same thing for that person that I've done for other people that gave me 5 apples. And one was the same parent twice. And of course, the second time I added more in, and it said I wasn't patient. So of course I was more patient the second time. And then I realized, some parents are just picky and you have to just accept it. And so when I got the 3-apple, I did go back to watch the class, and I was so surprised because this was a student that I was so excited because I just happened to pull out my Little Pony cards for her. Like, sometimes I'll use the same reward for every class of the day. Like, here I have some candy, and this time of year I might just use candy for everyone and just change it up for different levels. But this day I had several classes, and for this girl, I just happened to pull out My Little Pony. Well, I had no idea, but she had My Little Pony, the real My Little Ponies, right behind her. Her mother went and picked them up, and she showed them to me, and we compared, and I had the same pony on the card that she was playing with. So that was kind of cool. And then I had a board here, and I put them up. I don't even always put my rewards up on the back of me, but they were showing throughout the class. So there was nothing, she should have given me a 3-apple for. There was pronunciation issues that I reviewed with her. She would say, it was the lesson for school, and she had whiteboard, and she kept saying white bird. And so I had a bird here, and I held it up and I said, bird. And then she said bird, and whiteboard, whiteboard. So I knew that I had used good props, and I had corrected her on pronunciation, and she interacted with the slides really well. But 2 times throughout the class, the internet went bad. I don't know why. The parent said they couldn't see the slides, which happened to me again today. Like all of a sudden I was doing the first two slides, and then on the next slide it was blank and the student couldn't see it. So I reset the class twice. Then I went back to the slides that we could see, and then we proceeded. And I don't know what changed, but at some point she was able to see the slides. So Danny says sometimes that happens to me sometimes too. So maybe it's just their end isn't loading, and I don't really know. But when I went back and then kept going, but this is a student I've taught many times. So yeah, hello, Danny. This was a student that I've taught many times and never had a problem with. So I figure they know what they're doing, and it's just kind of a big surprise that they don't have the slides. Anyway, I hope you like my scarf. It has pumpkins. I like it. So, dollar store. Thank you, Danny. Thank you. Yeah. Hello, Candy Addicted. Good to see you. So we have 7 teachers watching, and I have 3 prizes that I'm going to give out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask some questions, and I have a notebook right here. And before we play the game, I wanted to continue my 3 apple. So I did go back and watch the tape for the 3 apple review to see what I did, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's the one that I used the My Little Ponies for. I had a great class. And within the feedback, I mentioned how exciting it was that I got that we connected, with the My Little Pony thing, and I was just so excited about it. And I wrote in teacher to teacher feedback even how exciting it was. And I did not read all the way through of all the teacher to teacher, but I did see down through that that she loved ponies. I did not know that, but I just happened to pick the My Little Pony cards. So I thought she got a great lesson. I went to like 28 and a half minutes. Like that was like the closest to the next class I've ever gotten, because I wanted to make sure that I did well by this student. And so when I went to the feedback on my portal, it said request review. So I pressed on request review, and then there's this place you can use, I think it's 500 words. You can type in what you want, to say about your lesson. So I typed in that, I did use a reward, that I went over correct pronunciation, and I put in there that we did have system error problems and we had to reset the classroom. So I went all the way to 28 and a half minutes to help for the student. And I just got back a message from VIPKID that they invalidated it. So yay! So, you can get things invalidated. That's how you do it. And I shared with everyone, Danny, that I have actually, I'm going back to my app here. I don't have an overabundance of 5 apple reviews. I do have, let's see, 758 reviews out of over 2,000. I have 753 excellent, 4 good, and it still says 1 unsatisfactory. So it still registers on the top here as unsatisfactory. But when I go to my parent feedback number, it's back to 5.0. So my feedback number is 5.0. I don't know exactly what the parents see, but I'm glad to see my 5.0 back. So it does. It takes a lot of apples to get back, when you go down. But the last time, I wanted to say, when I got a 4 apple review, I don't know if it was coincidence or not, but it seemed to me that my regulars were more sending in apples. Like maybe they saw it and they wanted to help me out by putting in more apples. My regulars do not always send me apples. I don't know why. I do ask for feedback. I have started writing in, please do not forget to leave your 5 apple review. So I figure, they want to. Of course they want to. So don't forget, because I do have like some that I see every week. So obviously they must like me. So so anyway, it's worth trying to invalidate. Yeah, thank you, Danny. And Danny, I tried on mine, was refused and warned about my contract if I got more. Oh my goodness, Kim. Wow. Yikes. Well, I think that, we all kind of, whether it's invalidated or not, like today, I was really more up on using more props, making sure I show my reward, and I did up my game a little bit, even though it got invalidated. And I think that, we need to realize that they can watch other teachers and they can choose another teacher. And so we need to make sure we connect with our students and maybe step it up a little bit. And I think, Kim, you shared that you did a few things to up your game a little bit. And, it could be that, the parent was a little too picky, but it could be that, it's just a little bit of a message for us to kind of step it up a little bit and make sure that we don't get lax in our teaching or whatever. Not that you guys are, but I loved Evelyn's video about what to do when you get, what was it, video? Evelyn? I was thinking it was, oh, how to increase your bookings. And how to increase your bookings, and to think about when you, every time you see a student, you could be connecting with not just that one student, but you could be improving, like they could be thinking, I want this teacher as a regular teacher, yes or no. Or they could be thinking, I'm going to tell my friends about this teacher, and that kind of thing. So every one student is kind of a connection to more students. So we need to think of it that way too. It's not just between you and that one student. So I wish parents could leave 5 apples with comments about what they prefer. Yeah. I always say in my feedback, I always love to hear from the parents. So maybe some of them don't understand that we do want those comments. Kim says, yes, I am changing how I do things, work a lot of hours, and my first classes of the morning aren't as upbeat as needed. I'm doing better with it. I need to watch Evelyn's Veteran Teacher video. Yeah, it's pretty good. And I think I do most of what she said, but I love how she, organized the whole process and the video and different things you can do to increase your bookings and stuff like that. I have changed my profile photo, and I have gotten a few more followers. I don't know if one has to do with the other or not, but my current one has these flowers like this. I don't know. I feel like a prop in the photo kind of draws their eye. So I've done one with dino, or with an animal or some kind of prop that kind of pulls them in to your picture on the sea of pictures. I don't know. So anyway, that's the story on that. And thank you so much for coming to this live. And I have been really happy to see that a lot of people are watching my lives outside of the actual live. So I've gotten a lot of high numbers. The last video was over 80 views, which was cool. I'm still looking for, I'm stuck at 77 subscribers. So if you have any friends, you can ask them to subscribe to my channel or whatever. So Danny says, I got an email about one. I guess I was in a trial phase, and now I can have unlimited level 1. Oh, cool. I didn't know there was a trial phase for level 1. Okay. Yeah, thumbs up. Thumbs up. The live. Yeah, thank you, Danny. Yeah, I love how people write trail all the time, and I always think, I wonder if they're doing that on purpose or not, because I think it's kind of a joke to call it a trail and not a trial. So I love my apple tree though. In New Hampshire right now, we have lots and lots of apples. It is apple season. And how many of you have tried a fresh New Hampshire apple? I know some people have been up in this area. I was thinking I should send you guys one. My problem is the shipping. So Danny has not. So I don't know how if they would taste as fresh as if I sent it in the mail. Meredith has not. So, but they are really good. When I went to college in South Carolina, my dad used to buy a whole case of them, and they would like pack them in styrofoam, and then he would send them down to me. There's just nothing like a New Hampshire apple. All right, guys. Yeah, they are really good. And you can't, like, in the store, you might get apples, but they're just not the same as freshly picked apples. And but they're expensive. I just got a bushel was $25. Um, yeah. A bushel of apples is $25, and that's with the ones that drop, not the one. And if you go to pick, it used to be if you go pick, it's cheaper. Now it costs more. If you go pick your own apples, it costs more to buy the apples than if you just go in the where they sell them and just go buy a bushel or buy a bunch. So it's really it's gotten to be a racket, but they are very abundant right now and pretty amazing. So I have some questions here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to be asking some questions about candy since it's Halloween time and it's all about the candy. Okay, and these are my costumes. It's all about the candy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask some questions, and the first person to type the correct answer in the chat box gets a point, okay? And whoever has the first 3 people that have the most points win the New Hampshire made maple candy that I will be sending you in the mail. Okay, so this is the contest. So we have 8 viewers, and so that's good that we'll have enough for a game. Okay, these questions I got online. They are not my own questions, and the answers are already here. I am not a major candy connoisseur. So if you like candy, this is your game. If you don't like candy, you might not get these. Okay. So the first person to type in the chat box the correct answer gets a point, and I am keeping track on this paper. Ready? This candy is smaller than a dime, stacked and twisted in clear plastic wrap. They are sweet and tart. The name of this candy is... Oh, wow! Teacher Danny, you were first. So Danny, you get 1 point. You get 1 point. That is correct. It is Smarties. That is correct. All right. This candy is small candy-coated chocolate balls in a long, thin bag. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Whoppers, maybe, but no. They're smaller. Whoppers kind of, they're not really chocolate balls. They're a different, they're chocolate covered balls, but not chocolate balls. These are, okay, I'll do it again. No, they're in okay, a small candy coated chocolate balls in a long, thin bag. This is not a majorly common candy. Yeah, Danny, you got it. Danny gets it again. Wow. Okay, Danny, you have 2 points. It is called sixlets. Yes, that's it. Good job, Meredith. Yeah, okay. So that's sixlets. All right. This is a good one. Okay, get ready, get ready. First one gets the point. Which of the following is gum in the shape of a flat rectangle? Which of the following gum is shaped? Which of the following gum is in the shape of a flat rectangle? Okay, let me give you the choices. You can't really get it without the choices. They all have, I'm like, they all are rectangular. Okay, ready? A, fruit stripe. B, big league chew. 3, chiclets. 5, double bubble. No, what did I just say? Yeah. The answer is A. Yeah. The fruit stripe, big league chew, chiclets, or double bubble. The one is rectangular is the fruit stripe. Okay, so fruit stripe is Meredith. So Meredith gets 1 point. All right, awesome. Here's another one for you. They're tangy or tiny, tangy, hard, crunchy, and come in lots of different colors and flavors. They're tiny, tangy, hard, crunchy, and come in lots of different colors and flavors. I could probably cover a lot of different types, but I will give you these choices. Ready? These are 4 choices. Starburst, Nerds, Razzles, Dots. Okay, Danny. Danny got it. Nerds, that's right. So Danny gets 3 points. All right. Here's a fun one. Here's a really fun one. Okay. See if you get this one. This carbonated candy causes a fizzy reaction in your mouth. That is correct. Candy Addicted. Candy Addicted was first. Yay! All right. Awesome. So Candy Addicted gets 1 point. All right. Now, everybody get ready because this might be a more common one. So get ready. Here we go. A flat chocolate bar with peanuts. A chocolate bar with peanuts. Ready, go. Nope. Candy Addicted! Candy Addicted! Yes, you got it. Awesome. Okay, it is a Mr. Good Bar. So Candy Addicted, you have 2 points. Good job. All right. Yeah, Payday. I think Payday has a few other things in it. So this one, Mr. Good Bar, has just like chocolate and peanuts. Okay. Oh, this is a fun one. If you're old, I don't know, some of you aren't as old as me. So this might be a hard one but if you're old like me, it's an easy one. All right, and give a thumbs up for this video. I see 9 watchers and 4 thumbs up. So, oh, Meredith, you're old? Oh, good. Oh, good. Yay for old people. Okay, so here we go. This candy leveled up. Yeah, I'm not old. I'm just like really smart because I've been through a lot. All right, ready? This candy, once chewed, transforms into gum. Do you know? I can give you the choices if you can't come up with answers, but this candy, once you chew it, it transforms into gum. Okay, a gumball would be good, yeah, but it's more like a candy that it's more like a candy that is chewable, and then all of a sudden it turns into gum. Here are the choices: snaps, razzles, chuckles, bonkers. Yep, Kim T. Kim T gets it. It is razzles. Yay, Kim T. You're on the board with 1 point. Good job. All right, ready? Okay, this is a really good one. I will give you 4 choices and Get on, everybody get ready, because this is, 4 choices. Which one of these candy bars does not contain caramel? Here we go. Milky Way, Snickers, Three Musketeers, Twix. Candy addicted? No, candy addicted. No, that is not correct. Ah, Teacher Danny. Yes. I think, oh, let's see. No, let's see. Candy addicted. Let's see. Oh, Evelyn said number 3. Okay, so Evelyn actually is first. Okay, you all got it. Three Musketeers. And I think Evelyn was first. She just wrote 3. That was smart. Marianne got it first? Really? Well, Evelyn, if you look up, Marianne, Evelyn wrote the number 3. You got us all on the edge of our seat. Marianne, look above. I think Evelyn beat you because you wrote out Three Musketeers, but she wrote just the 3. All right, this is great. Okay, let me see. Let's see. I'm going to give you 4 choices. This is going to be 4 choices. So Evelyn gets 1 point. So far, Danny has 3, Meredith 1, Candy Addicted 2, Kim T 1, and Evelyn 1. I think that's the score right now. So I'm going to pick the 3 highest. All right, so here we go. This is going to be choices. So if you have to do a code, you could use the first letter of the candy if you want to do it really quick, like Evelyn did, instead of writing out the whole thing. That was really good to get that on the board really fast. Which of these was a candy-coated gum? Bubblicious, Fruit Stripe, Chiclets, Hubba Bubba. Ah, Danny got it. Chiclets. That's right, Chiclets. So Danny has 4 points. Good job. All right. This is going to be a question you might get really quick, so get ready. Oh, my phone autocorrected. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's what I was thinking that would happen. Okay, ready? What is the name for the chocolate-covered malted milk balls? Candy addicted. You got it. Whoppers. It's not Whoopers, but I get it. Whoppers. So candy addicted. You are up to 3 points. Wow. Awesome. All right, here we go. Which of these mint candies is rectangular in shape? York peppermint patties, Junior mints, Andes, or buttermint creams? Evelyn Joy, you get a point. That is correct, Evelyn. So you have 2 points. Wow, good job. It was number 3, which is the Andes candies. All right, now this is going to be the last one. All of the following candies are chewy except Bit of Honey, Jolly Ranchers, Jujubes, Hot Tamales. They are all chewy except one. Okay, Danny, that's correct. The Jolly Ranchers. That's correct. Very good. All right, so you guys did a great job. So Danny's got 5 points, Candy Addicted 3, Evelyn 2. So I think those are my 3 winners. So I am going to go ahead and send these out to you. You're going to have to private message me your address. Hey, that's great, Danny. You're super competitive. That's what we're supposed to do, right? And the thing about it is, Danny, you haven't even been to all my lives, so I'm glad to see you here today. Let's go eat candy now. So this is what I have done for my reward this week. Okay, I think I might have shared some of this. I have regular candy wrappers. Like I saw somebody online, they went to the store and they bought all this candy and they actually showed their students for this type of year. Now you could get a bag of all different candies. You could actually show them the actual candy and show them the chocolate, show them, oh man, my stomach is growling. I have not eaten today. You could do that. There's also, I think it's on the Props and Rewards Facebook group, that they have files, and I got all of these candies to print out. So this was free. So I printed out all of these different candy wrappers. And so what you can do is you can pick out 5 maybe, and you can just like give the kids some candy. They love it. You know, you could say, do you like chocolate? That kind of thing. The other thing you could do is you could put like points on the backs, and you could pick like 10 and then put points on all the backs, and you could tell the kids, do you want 1 or 2? 1 or 2, and then they could choose. And then if they say they choose 2, they get 3 points. If they choose 1, they get 1 point, and whichever one they didn't choose. So they say they choose 3, this one, they get 3 points. The teacher gets 1 point. So you could do that, and then you could play teacher versus student. I used really candy last year and magnetize. Oh yeah, you could do that, magnetize it. So you could do student here, and then you could do teacher here, and you could play teacher versus student. And you could play a game and then add up the points. Kids love to play games. They love to add up points. And you could use that as also words like 1 + 1 = 2. And then you could say 1 + 1 = 2. So they can help you add up the points. And say the teacher has 5 and the student has 2, you could say, what's the difference between 5 and 2? And that would be 5 - 2 = 3. And not every student can handle all of those words, but I have one student that was his level 3. I haven't seen him in a while, but he was so smart. He was way beyond the curriculum, and I always had something challenging other than the curriculum. Like the last thing I did with him was the months and the weeks of the year, and it was so easy for him. And he did a great job. He read every single thing that was on the page, and we would do games like this and do where it's not going to take away from the lesson itself, but it's going to add to it. So one thing about level 1, I can't play games, so it's not as fun for me. Just giving a reward is boring. Yeah. So like for the other thing for the level 1 is I have these costumes. This one is Elsa, obviously, and this is a king. I'm trying to find I have some Halloween costumes here. I just used them today. They kind of got mixed up. Oh, here they are. There they are, of course. I have them still on my pumpkin. So this is what I did today. I had candy. This wasn't a level 1. This was a level 3, I think. But he was not he was not with it. I did him at 9:30. He was ready to go to bed. But like I have these costumes. I printed these off the same website. I had candy, we had costumes, I gave him ice cream. He went crazy when they get ice cream. And I also have these food rewards: popcorn, donuts, pizza, cake, hamburger. I got these. I went to a used bookstore last week and got these basically for free because it was buy 1, get 2 things free. So I went crazy. So for level 1, I'll try to do something that they would recognize. Like most of them do recognize the food and pizza and stuff like that. So, but for the Halloween, we did the dress up, and with little kids, I did have a level 1 today, and I just said Halloween. And then I tried to have her repeat. Now I do have underneath this is my pumpkin. And for level 1, I didn't really explain. We filled the pumpkin with candy. I didn't say all that. I just said Halloween, Halloween, pumpkin. She had a hard time saying pumpkin. So we just kind of worked on pumpkin for today. So today I learned how to say spider and banana in Chinese for my students. That's awesome. So I did go to a used bookstore last week, and I was able to get a Chinese um, lesson book. So I'm hoping to maybe learn some Chinese words. It has a CD with it. The only CD player I have is in my car, so I might use it for that. So that was really fun. So today I did a lesson on USA. So I did use my hot dog, but I also used my candy. We eat candy in the USA. We do Halloween. I didn't really say trick or treat. I had a student today that said, "Give me candy, I'm naughty." And then I realized she's probably translating trick or treat. Trick maybe is naughty, and then candy is a treat. And when she first said it, I'm like, why is she saying I'm naughty? And then throughout the class, she said it again, and I clicked, and I'm like, she's saying trick or treat. Give me candy, I'm naughty. I thought that was really weird. But like we understand, we mean give me a trick or a treat. And we always give the treat. We don't usually do the trick. But to her, she was saying, give me candy, I'm naughty. Think about that for a minute. So maybe the Chinese think that we get candy for being naughty at Halloween. I asked a student what her favorite food was, and she said, rabbit. If you don't give a treat, you get tricked. Yeah. If you don't give a treat, you get, oh, okay. If you don't get okay. Well, I think she was thinking she gets a treat for being naughty. I don't know. I have to think about that for a little while. Yeah, TP and eggs. Okay. So, I had a student with her favorite food was, yeah, I had a student once, candy addicted, that said they love to eat fish eyes, which I didn't realize is a delicacy. So when my student said that, I went around telling people, and I heard a lot of people say that a lot of people do eat fish eyes. But there is a story in one of the lessons about sisters that they put a fish down on the table, and they turned it so that the student couldn't see the fish eyes. So I don't think everybody loves fish eyes, but some people do. So that was fun. Well, thank you so much for playing the game with me. That was a lot of fun. And so I do hope you get some ideas. Now, I am not a Halloween person. Like, my kids do not go trick-or-treating, but we always do go to the store after Halloween and buy candy at a discount. But since I'm fixing my teeth, I don't eat a lot of candy, but I eat some candy. The game was super fun. Thank you. So anyway, yes. So I wanted to let you know I am from New Hampshire. New Hampshire. Does anybody know where New Hampshire is? New Hampshire is in Northeast United States. Okay, we're in the Northeast. We're a very small state. Maybe, what do you think? Yeah, New England, right. Now, I went to college in South Carolina, and I would tell my students, when I student taught, I told my students I was from New England. They had no idea what New England was. They thought I was from another country. So, well, they were junior high. They weren't high school students, but still, you learn about New England in like history class, right? So, and New Hampshire is famous for being the first for the primaries, for the presidential primaries. So I think a lot of people do hear about New Hampshire because we're first. And you like my sparkly shirt. Thank you. This is kind of like underneath my VIP Kid shirt because it's starting to get cold in New Hampshire. So, yeah. So anyway, so New Hampshire is, I don't know, I think you would hear about it on the news because a lot of times the president, like the new wannabe presidents will come to New Hampshire first and try and get their name on the board from New Hampshire. But we are a very small state. We've always been a very conservative state, but it's sort of changing. But it's a good state. We have a lot of good scenery. We have lots of mountains. We have a lot of people that come up here. Right now, it's very picturesque. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see that I did like a little video of the foliage this year is amazing. The colors are brighter than I remember seeing them in other years. They're just very bright. Lots of yellows, lots of oranges. We're kind of coming off of the peak foliage time, so the leaves are falling, and there's a lot of leaves on the tree on the ground now, which means we'll do a lot of raking. And yeah, it's very beautiful. Unfortunately, I don't get out much because I'm in school like all day long. I'm in the building a lot, but it is very picturesque. 8 watching, 5 thumbs up. Don't forget to thumbs up. Thank you. Wow, 8 thumbs up. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. And I've really enjoyed doing these lives. And I'm so excited that I have a lot of people watching outside of our regular little circle that after class or whatever they will come back and watch the videos. Also, if you're watching this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. I've been stuck at 77 subscribers. I'd like to get to 100 so that I can customize my URL. That's my goal right now. So, and I do also have a Facebook group for iPad users, and it's going well. I have over 1,500 members in that group. It's a great group because a lot of people will use their iPad um, for for teaching every day. When I started with my iPad, my computer I was using turned out to be, it wasn't compatible. I used it for getting hired, but then it wasn't good for classes. So I switched over to my iPad and I used it for my first year. And I already had the iPad, so I didn't have to go out and spend any money. So that was great. So I like to share that news that people can use their iPad. A lot of people use their iPad for traveling. Maybe they go on vacation, maybe their power goes out and they got to grab their iPad and go somewhere else to do their classes. So I recommend that you have 2 devices. If you have 2, I really believe that's best. If you can get an iPad and some type of laptop or desktop or whatever, having 2 devices is really good because if one updates or something happens, you have something to fall back on. So Kim, yes, trying to get to 50 subs, baby steps. I get a lot of referrals for I2 group for my channel though. Just got a new one today. Awesome. And I'm going to be checking out some of those other companies. I am a member of Cambly, but I have not taught any. I'm a little bit nervous and I watched Kelly's video about Cambly, how she ended up getting a full-time student, like she's teaching every day. That would be ideal. So you can get somebody that you know that you're going to meet up with every day. But sports are slowing down for me, so I would have more time in the afternoons because I'm at the school usually like 5:30, 6 o'clock. So I'm hoping I can fit in some maybe Cambly. I have told other people about Cambly that maybe they don't have a teaching certificate, but they want to do some online work. And I'm going to be checking in to some different things. When I checked into VIPKID, it was for a summer job. And it's worked out well that I can still do it during the school year. And in the summer, I add and I really go full steam with it so that I can make some extra money to pay for all of those extra needs that we have as a family. So thank you guys for watching. I'm looking at the time. We're almost at 60 minutes. So yeah, I'm glad Kelly is trying out Cambly for us. Yeah. So that's great. The only thing I don't like is that they don't pay much. That's kind of why I'm not like majorly going full steam ahead with it. But it is kind of fun to think that you can talk to people all over the world. So anyway, yes, I need to go eat. I am starving. And I hope to see you guys very soon. I'll be watching your lives. And thank you for coming. Thank you for the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I'll see you next Saturday at the same time. Have a great week. Thank you. Bye bye.